Hello, let's do one up. Puzzle 366. It's another special one today because you could argue what is 365 or 366 the anniversary, and so why not both of them being special? Today is a 12 by 12. Let's get started. We have no time to waste. All right, so it's very similar to last one where we've actually just got kind of more like a samurai Sudoku almost. So these are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6 long, and then these columns here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 long. So good to know. So 9 is going to be our biggest digit in this puzzle. Even though it lets us type larger, you can't actually fit them in. I'm gonna look for any free gimmies here for sure. Gonna scan as best I can here on the short segments. Any free gimmies at all? Bueller. 1 and 2 here. Okay. Let's look at the verticals. How am I seeing nothing? Interesting. Very interesting. All right, I'm not seeing any gimmies. Doesn't mean there aren't gimmies. It just means I'm not seeing them. So why don't we take a look at 9s, because that's the biggest digit. So how many 9s do we expect? Well, there's going to be 3 from these 3 columns, and there's going to be 3 more from these 3 columns. So we need 6 9s in total. They're going to come from these rows and these rows. So basically, we've got a 3 by 3 box that's going to need 3 9s in it here. And we've got a 3 by 3 box that's going to need 3 9s in it here. Oh, no, this isn't 9 length. Oops. Okay, so we only have the 2 9s here to go with the 2 9s here. Yeah, so somehow I just kind of assumed they went all the way down. It's the same here, only 2 9s. So we have this square of 9s here, and we have this square, this square of 9s here. So that doesn't actually resolve. But I do believe it's the only time you can get 8s as well. So we don't have any 1 cell segments. So, sorry, what am I talking about? No, we can place the 9s, right? Yeah, this I got the wrong columns again. Oh my gosh. I gotta pay more attention. This is a big puzzle, hard to scan. Anyway, I can place these 9s because this row needs a 9. This is the only place. Oh no, this row can get 9s over here. What am I talking about? Is it true that I have to get 9s from here? No, because I can get... Everything I just said is wrong. I apologize. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking of how these intersect here, but that doesn't mean the 9s are forced at the intersections because we also have intersections down here. So let's take a step back. I'm actually going to mark everywhere 9s can go because this is getting hard for me to visualize, and I'm tracking the wrong columns and rows. So I'm just going to go down each of these columns, and I'm going to mark where we can actually get 9s. So we can get a 9 from here or here, and then there should be 2 down here as well, here or here. And then this column's going to need a 9. It's going to come from here or here. So these 2 are occupied, which is interesting. And then this column's going to need a 9, which can come from here or here or here or here. Yeah, there's 4 9s. And so it's these 4 rows that can... Oh, not this one. Sorry. This column needs a 9, which can come from these 2. Okay. So that's where 9s are going to come from. Now 8s are going to be the same columns in this with the same intersecting rows. But there's already an 8 in this row. So we just need 3 8s, and they're going to be wherever it's going to be these here. So this is the only place for 8 in this column. There we go. So that gets us that. So let's just double check. This column, these are all 6 long. This has an 8 in already. This is occupied. This is not long enough, not long enough, not long enough. Okay. So that's our 8, which makes this the only place for 9 in the column, which removes the ability for these to be 9. Okay, now these can't be 8. These aren't full notation, by the way. Oops. I erased the 9s instead of the 8s. Let's do that right. So now we have 8 in this square here, and then we have 9 in this kind of grid, but this 2 is occupying one of them. Okay, so we can't do more with that yet, but I do want to keep these marked. It's not a full notation, it's just these are the only places left for 8s and 9s. I think that's useful. I think 7s are also going to be quite limited because these are basically 6 by 6 grids that overlap. So I just have to be careful. I think, okay, this is heavily split up. So is this one. So is this one. Okay, so 7s go in the same spots. So I think these are 7, 8, 9s. I do need a 7 in this row, so let's confirm that with this. These are all 6 long. This can be a 7. Oh, but we could put 7 over here as well. So no, there's 2 places for 7 in this row. Be careful about that. This row, I think the 7s are where the 8, 9s are listed. So I think these are actually full notation now because we got to fit a 7, 8, and 9 in these three. This is not full notation. The 7 can be shared with anything else. This row already has a 7. And this row is going to need a 7 here or here. Okay. That seems accurate. So this is everywhere 7s can go. So this column needing a 7, I believe, can only come from here. That's helpful. So let's just double check. No, oh yeah, this already has a 7 in it. There we go. And this is 5 long. Yep, okay, occupied by 2. So 7 is going to have to come from here for this column. So we can clear out this 7 and this 7. And now we're down to this square of 7s here. This is not an 8-9 pair, by the way. We got to be careful. This is an 8-9 pair, but it doesn't really matter because we can't put 8s and 9s anywhere else in the row. But oh, 9 in this column is only from here now, though. So we can place this 9. That's why I said it's not an 8-9 pair. Okay, yeah. So we got a rectangle left of 9s. We've got a rectangle left of 8s and a rectangle left of 7s. So there's 2 of each to place, and we can't quite place them yet. But this seemed helpful. Let's pay attention to this column where we got a bunch of high digits. So we need a 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 might be limited. 6 is down here. This is 3, 4 only. I don't know if I can get much out of that yet. This might be a puzzle I have to pencil more just because it's so large. It's really hard to remember everything. And having to rescan over and over again is a huge waste of time. But I'm going to mark only what I find the most interesting. So that kind of takes care of our high digits, but I'm wondering about like mini needs for 6. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like these are kind, like you kind of see a 6 by 6 area here, but it can leak down to this area, right? So it's kind of more like this oblong shape for the columns, the needs of the 6. So which columns need a 6 here of this top row? So I'm just going to mark them real quick. Or temporarily is what I mean by real quick. So this needs a 6, this column needs a 6, and this column needs a 6. So if we look down, we can see if any of them are truly limited. So the 6 is going to be here or here in this column. This column, the 6 could come from here or here. It actually can't come from, yeah, there's already a 6 in the row, so it can't come from there. The 6 could come from here. I do believe this is a hidden 7-9 pair. So the 6 can't actually come from here, because we need to place the 7 and the 9. If I put a 6 here, I'm not going to be able to place the 7 and the 9 in the row. So this column can get 6s from any of those. Now this column could get a 6 from here. So does that mean this row only gets a 6? Yes, it does mean this has to be the 6 for the row. So this is actually not a 6 for that row. So this column got its 6. Very nice. This row needs a 6 from one of these two. Yeah, so we have this rectangle of 6s that's going to kind of finish the 6s for this top area here. Now if we continue, we have these 2 columns. Only this one needs a 6. But it could come from down here. But it could also come from up here. This is only 5 long. I don't know if working backwards. Let's look at these 3 columns that need 6s. How about that? Or do I want to look at the... Maybe these are the interesting ones, these rows. So like this row needs a 6, which could come from here, or here, or here, or here. A lot of places I can get a 6 from. This row is going to need a 6 from either here, or here, or here. There's a lot of options. This row is going to need a 6. It can come... Oh, sorry, you can't get a 6 from here. This is 3 long. My bad there. 10. What? I clicked the 10 instead of this, so I'm clicking around a lot. Anyway, this row can get a 6 from here or here. And that's it. Because this hidden 7-9 pair is a real, like, it pushes out any other digits. We need to place the 7 and the 9. This row is 5 long. This row needs a 6, which can go from here or here. This is 5 long. This is occupied. The 6 could come from here or here. Oh, did I say, I think we have an X-wing on these 2 rows, which can remove this as an option for 6. I think that might be important. I had mentioned it earlier, but I didn't notice I had this 6 marked still. So let's talk about this. This row needs a 6. It's going to come from here or here. And this row needs a 6. It's going to come from here or here. And, oh no, this row can get it. So, I don't know, what am I seeing here? Maybe I'm not seeing a restriction, actually. Because I haven't fully marked the 6s in this row. I marked the columns, and there's 3 places in this column. Okay. I still think this is viable for a 6, actually. Oh, okay. It would... Yeah, we could put a 6 here, and I think that would work out just fine for the rows that need it and the columns that need it. No, that breaks this row. Oh, but I can put a 6 here, and over here, and here. Okay. Yeah, this is what's confusing about the way I'm marking things. I should mark everything that can be 6 at this point. I didn't think I was going to, but I am going to. So everywhere that can be 6. So this can be a 6. This might be one of the few ones left, which is why I was getting confused. This is a hidden 8, 9 pair. There's already a 6, though. 3, 3, 3. I'm just looking at every cell. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this row needs a 6. So that's going to come from either here or here or here. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of places that can be 6. I think I got all the other ones. Am I seeing... So basically what I'm going to scan for is I'm looking at everywhere that can be 6. I'm scanning for rows or columns that have only one place, but there's nothing like that. Or like lined up patterns. 1, 2, 3. You know what? We might have a jellyfish. Let's talk about this. I think, yeah. So I'm going to pull out my pen, which I haven't pulled out in a long time, but I think it's useful here. This row here, I'm going to just circle every cell in this row that can be 6. So one of these circled cells is going to be 6. In this row here, I'm actually going to circle the 5. It can't actually be 6, but I'm allowed to add more circles if I want, right? I can add invalid circles. This can't actually be 6, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to circle that and say, pretend this can be 6, because, you know, not all of these are 6 either, right? We don't know which one of these is 6, and so I'm allowed to add more circles. I just can't omit circles that could be 6. All right, so now this row here, I'm going to do the same thing, and that's here or here or here or here, but we know these two actually can't be. But that's not important for this. And then for this row, we need a 6 here or here or here. And then this circle is definitely bad for that row because it's not even part of the same segment. But we can still pretend that it could be the 6 just to line up our pattern here. So this one actually can't be, this one actually can't be, this one I can't be, and this one can't be. So I'll just sort of say that these are kind of, we're just visualizing in our head that it could be there. But what we're noticing here, hopefully, is that we now have these are 4 different rows, right? 4 different segments, I suppose, row segments. And in those 4 segments, we are going to need exactly 4 6s. Each segment needs a 6. So in total, there will be 4 6s that we end up placing. Now you'll notice that I can cover all of these circles with 4 columns, 4 column segments. So I can cover this with this column segment here. I can cover this with this column segment here. I can cover this with this column segment here. And I can cover this with this column segment here. So this is the base set is my red circles. It's the rows, which I haven't like given the rows a color, but the red rows are our base set, and then the purple columns are what we call the cover set. Now, why do we call that? Well, the base set says how many you need. So the base set is saying I need 4 6s. And the cover set is saying these segments that I have been able to cover every single red circle with, these segments can provide up to 4 6s because it's 4 columns. So in my purple columns, my purple column segments, I can only have up to 4 sixes. I have to actually, I know I have exactly 4 sixes. That's probably a better way to put it. So I need exactly 4 sixes in the red, and purple provides exactly 4 sixes. Therefore, if there's any sixes marked in purple that are not circled in red, they can't actually be 6, because if they were, we would not be able to provide 4 sixes to the red circles. Hopefully that makes sense. I know it's a little bit complicated to think about, but that's the basic idea of how a fish works. In this case, it's a jellyfish. There's just names for how many there are. It's a 4 fish, which we call a jellyfish. A 3 fish is called a swordfish. There's historic names from Sudoku, but however you want to think about it, we need 4 sixes, and we can provide 4 sixes in these purple segments. So, but we're going to have to provide all 4 of them. So we cannot actually put a 6 here, because if we put a 6 here, then I will not be able to put a 6 in one of these red circles, specifically one of these two, and then that's going to break the ability to put 4 sixes in all of the red circles. So this is not a 6. Additionally, we can't put a 6 here or here. So for this row, you'll now notice we can't put a 6 in our purple columns. This is too short, this is too short, this is occupied, this is too short. So the 6 in this row goes here. Now that removed an 8, and if you look at the column, there's only one place for 8 now, because I have exhaustive notes for 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is our 8, and then now this can't be 8 anymore, and so it has to be the 9, because it was a hidden 8-9 pair. But you can see it's the only place for 9 in the row if you want to double check. So that has to be our 9. Now note this can't be a 6 either, because it's in a purple column and not circled in red. And so now we do have 6s. So my instinct that 6s ended up in this rectangle is true, although I don't know if it had to. I haven't really thought of it. I don't think it did have to. It just happened to. So nice. So now we have managed to place a few more digits. I'm going to clear out my little notations here. Very nice. All right. Very handy to have that little browser extension that lets me draw on the puzzle. It's called PageMaker. It's a Chrome extension. Could be helpful for notating yourself. Anyway, okay, so that was a lot, but we just got some. So I placed this 9. Did we finish the 9s? No. Okay, so this 9 looking down says that's not 9. Gosh, holding. Maybe I should use the other shift. Anyway, unfortunately, Windows has a bug where when you hold shift, it will always disable numlock temporarily while shift is held, and so it doesn't recognize that I'm pressing a number when I'm holding shift, so I can't use the numpad. I can only use the top row of the keyboard. Anyway, this is now the only place for 9 in this row, and I believe we have placed every 9. Now what about 8s? I think we had just 2 places for 8 left, so this is the last 8 that needs to get placed. And so now I should think about 7s, I suppose. Yeah, this row is going to need a 7. It has to come from here, and that places the final 7 here, and then that tells us where our 6s go. Oops. Where's this row get a 6 from? Did I mess that up? Where's my undo button? Hopefully undo works okay enough. What did I do? So this row got a 6 here, which definitely places this 8 and this 9. Unfortunately, undo doesn't quite work right. This 6 looking up does remove all these 6s, and now I need both of these to be a 6? Oh no. Did I miss something when I did that jellyfish? Well, I don't have a 6 marked here. Oh, because this was a 7-9 hidden pair. Yeah, it is. I wish undo worked in this. I really wish undo worked right. This is the only place for 7 in the row now. No, this can be 7. Maybe that was my issue. I don't know, because I need a 6 in this row. And it can definitely only come from here now. I need a 6 in this row. It's not going to come from here. So what did I miss in terms of getting the 6 in this column? This has a 6 in it. Shoot. It feels like I need a 6 here, but that breaks my jellyfish. Definitely breaks my jellyfish. Is jellyfish not valid here because this border? I don't think so. The logic was sound. Yeah, if I try to put a 6 here, so oh shoot. Do I need to restart after 19 minutes? Okay. I really liked that explanation. I want to. Yeah, I mean, it's tempting to restart and just start the video there and tell you that I had to restart, but I really like having that jellyfish explanation, but I really hope it was correct. I don't see why it wouldn't be. It should be. But what did I miss then? In some way that I resolved the 6s? Okay, so why don't I do this? Because undo doesn't work right. I lose some of my notes. Let me just double check that all my notes are correct. So I should have everywhere that 6 can be marked. Right now. So this column has a 6. Was this did I resolve the 9s or the 8s wrong somehow? This can't be a 6 because the 6 needs to be in one of these two. For the jellyfish. So this row doesn't get a 6. So I clearly didn't place something right. So let's remove every 6 that I've placed. Let's remove the 8s and the 9s that I've placed. And the 7. And let's just double check that I didn't miss something with those. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and say everywhere that can be 6, and then we'll reapply the jellyfish on 6s and see if that fixes things. I really wish I had a better way of approaching this, but since undo ruined my notes, I can't just use undo here. So these 6s are all viable as far as I know. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe I didn't see that this could be 6. Well, I mean, it's too late. I gotta just keep going. Okay, so 6 in this row could come from here, or here, or here, or here. But that can't be here because we have our jellyfish. Okay. Then 6 in this row is already placed. 6 in this row can't have this row. Leaves a 6 here. This can't be the 6 because of the jellyfish. This can't be the 6 because of the jellyfish. This is 5 length. These can't be 6s because of the jellyfish. So we can place our first 6, which is right here. And that means this can't be 6. So 6 is in these two places. Does this row actually only have one place for 6 in general? Maybe that's why this wasn't a 6. Can't be 6, can't be 6. Yeah, this is the only place for 6 in this row, so we can ignore that. They can ignore that 6. So now this row is going to need a 6. That can't be 6. The 6s could be here. This could be a 6 for sure. Why did I erase that? Oh, because there's a 6 in the column already. Darn it. Nope. No, this can't be 6 because of the jellyfish. This is 5 length. Okay, so this is now the only place for 6 in this row. And now this is the only place for 6 in... Hold on. Yeah, there's got to be an issue with my jellyfish then. Is there anywhere else any of these rows can get a 6 from? This row needs a 6. I wonder if we can get maybe it's invalid because we can get a 6 from one of these 3 places. All right. I'm going to hit restart. And I'm going to just mark 6, 7, 8s, and 9s in every row. And I'll just redouble check all the logic I did, and we'll go from there. Okay, so this can be 6. I think we can place this 6 first, though. I think that'll streamline a few things. This 6 can definitely get placed. Okay. So this row needs a 6. It can come from here or here only. And it doesn't get 7, 8, 9. This row needs 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this it can get a 6 from. This it can get a 6, 7, 8, or 9, as far as I can tell. This can't be 6 or 7 or 8. Actually, this row already has an 8. So this has to be a 9. No. We can get a 9 from it, but it doesn't have to be 9. Sorry. But I'm only marking 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is only marked as a 9 because it sees 6, 7, and 8. Now this could be 6, 7, or 9, at least for now. And this only goes up to 5. Okay. So what we're seeing is 4 cells here that could be from 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can resolve this a bit cleaner. Yeah, we can place this 6 and this 9 right away, I'm pretty sure. Let's just double check. So this can't be in 6, 7, 8, 9. This definitely can't be. This can only be 6. This can be 6, 7, or 9. This can only be 9 because it sees 6, 7, and 8. And this can be 6, 7, or 9. And then this goes up to 5. Okay. So what am I seeing here? I thought I saw, no, this is not a hidden 7, 9 pair. But these are 4 cells for 4 digits. So 6, 7, 8, 9 are going to end up in these 4 cells. And this can only be the 6, and this can only be the 9. So that's what we get. And we're left with a shift on the other side of the keyboard. We're left with a. We already have an 8. Oh my gosh! Stop making silly mistakes. Okay, we already have an 8. And that's why 4 cells for 3 digits is not resolved. Okay. Apologies again. So 6, 7, 8. So 6, 7, 9 end up in these 3 cells, but we can't quite resolve it yet. That's the conclusion. Okay. I think our jellyfish resolved it last time, which it did. Well, it made this rectangle. But anyway, let's just continue. So this row has a 6 already, but it does need 7, 8, 9. It's only going to get them from, say, here, 7, 8, 9, or here, 7, 8, 9, or here, which can only be 7, 9. Okay. So this is a 7, 8, 9 hidden triple. There's nowhere else that can be 7, 8, 9. So this is going to be where 7, 8, 9 go. Yeah. So this is actually only from, we only have 1, 2, 3 left to place, 1, 2, 3, 4 to place in this row. So this is 1, 3, this is 1, 3, 4, and this is 1, 2. Okay. Just to pencil the rest of the row. You know what? I'm actually going to delete that because I can't delete pencil marks. I have to type them one at a time with hit shift held. Anyway, I'm not going to mark those yet just because. But yeah, maybe what I'll do is I will use my little tool here to just mark in red. Can I highlight? Maybe I'll highlight the ones that are actually hidden triple. Where these are not just I would call these a center mark when I did do Sudoku. This is true to what these are limited to, as opposed to just being a representation of where in the entire puzzle we can put 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now I'm looking for 6, 8, 9 across here. So this can be any of 6, 8, 9. This can be any of 6, 8, 9. This can be 6 or 9 only. It has an 8 in the column. And then we can get a 6 in this column. We can get a 6 in this column. Okay. I do think we have that jellyfish still, but I'm going to be very careful here. This is 5 long. This is 4 long. So no 6, 7, 8, 9. So here we do need any of 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we already have 6, 7. So this can only be 8, 9. Here we've got 6, 7, 8, 9. This is taking a long time. And then here we could get a 6. Here we could get a 6. Now the remaining rows, these 2 rows, we can only get 6s. So we can get a 6 from here or here or here. And then from here, we can get a 6 here, 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 or here. Okay, do we have anything from the high digits? Like, I know I got some digits. So let's see if we have, maybe that was the issue, is I had some digits placed that I shouldn't have. So I'm gonna go through every row and just say how many 9s. There's 3 9s available here, 3 9s available here, 3 9s available here. That might be a swordfish. Yeah, this column need. No, it's not a swordfish because different columns. Okay, sorry, I got confused. So I don't think we can place any 9s right away. What about 8s? I'll look at the rows as well. Or the columns? Yeah, so 9 in 3 places, 2 places, 4 places, 2 places. Okay, so 9 can't be immediately placed as a single. 8, this row is 2 places, this row is 2 places. That is an X-wing. Yeah, so this column needs an 8. That's what I'm saying. This column needs an 8. So we can place the 8 here. So we do get a valid digit here. So this cannot be 8, and this cannot be 8. Okay. And now this is the only place for 9 in this column. So we can place the 9 as well. So we have 6, 7, 8, and 9 placed in this column, which if you look, it's actually fairly clear that that's got to be what happens. This was our 6 because of the row, right? I was like, why can't 6 be here? But no, we placed the 6 because of the row. Okay, so that all makes sense. So I got this 9, so that can't be 9 and that can't be 9. So does that affect 8s or 9s anywhere else? No, I don't think so. I need water. This is a long puzzle. I feel like I'm making a mess of it, but we're trying. We're trying. So yes, I am seeing this hidden 7-9 pair still. This row needs a 7 and a 9, and these are the only 2 places. So if I tried to put a 6 in any of these, I would not be able to place both 7 and 9 in this row. So this can't be 6 and this can't be 6. And this is where we get our jellyfish on 6s, I believe. Hold on, I thought I had 4 rows that we're doing. Whoopsie. Did I mark 6s in this row? Yes, I did. That was the issue. This row doesn't have a 6 in it. So I did not have a jellyfish ever because I thought this row was 6 long, and it's not. It's 5 long. Yeah, so I should have just fully marked correctly. That was the issue. So we do not have a jellyfish because we can't use this segment as part of a jellyfish. It doesn't have any 6s in it. Okay, that was the issue. And that's why I was running into problems by using it. Okay. Unfortunately, that means I don't have as much that I can get out of this, but we will see what we can do. So I scanned the 8s and the 9s. Let's scan the 7s just to make sure. 3 places for 7 here, 2 here, 2 here. So yeah, where's the... I do believe we have a X-wing on 7s here that we can use. It's much easier is just to say that this column needs a 7, and this is the only place for it. So that's our 7. I can get rid of that highlight. And that means that this is not 7 and this is not 7. Okay, leaving an 8-9 pair. True 8-9 pair. So we have an X-wing on 9s then. So in this column we need a 9, so the 9 goes here. So this cannot be 9 and this cannot be 9. Okay. I think this is making sense. Much more careful to this time. Yeah, I was definitely using this row to add part. I wasn't using this row, no, because I eliminated from this row. Yeah. Darn it. So there's no jellyfish. 6s, I'll just double check, but I don't think we can place any more 6s yet. No, I don't think so. Okay. So do I move down to 5? Because I still feel like our low digits. Maybe I use the... Do I need to use this? No, this wasn't all that interesting, was it? I just haven't seen anything interesting about the low digits, so I think the high digits are going to have to save us here. So maybe I should think about 5 then. So I'm just going to mark everywhere that can be 5. This is 4 length. Okay, 5 can definitely be wherever a 6 can be, unless there's a 5 already in the row or column. This already has a 5. Yeah, this... Okay, let's look at this real quick. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, I don't really see any huge restriction on that. Okay. Unfortunate. All right. So this is a hidden 5-6 pair. Yeah, we need one. These can only have the 1, 2, 4. None of these can be 5 or 6. So I'm going to highlight that these are true 5-6s. They cannot actually be 1, 2, 4. So that leaves 1, 2, 4 here. This row is going to need a 5. I could get it from here. And that's it. So we can place the 5 for this row. Nice. Okay. And so we're left with 3, 4 here, and that we can fill that out because this is the 4, this is the 3 based on segment length. Okay, let's make sure we follow up properly on all these. I am going to need 1, 2 here. Darn, darn, like this doesn't get the 3 placed. What about the 4? This can't be 4, but that doesn't seem to do much. This can't be 4. This can't be 4, and this is 3 long, so this is our 4. So we're down to 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just to reiterate what my markings are doing is if the cell's not highlighted, it's just participating in where can 6, 7, 8, 9 go. If it is highlighted, then that's saying not only that, but the cell can't be any other digit besides what I've already written in there. So hopefully that'll help me keep track. I've got 1, 2, 3 here. I've got 1, 2, 3 here. All right, so I'm looking at 5s, right? So this column already has a 5. This could be a 5. This could be a 5. And this could be a 5. And this could be a 5. Okay. I'm worried this is going to not work out, but I mean, what else am I supposed to do, I guess? This row already has a 5 in it. 3, 3, 3. Do we really not get anything from these digits we just placed? I think just forcing myself to look more carefully at everything I might notice more like that. This row is going to need a 5. This is not a hidden 6-8 pair, so we're allowed to mark 5s here. So this could definitely be a 5. This can definitely be a 5. This can definitely be a 5. We can put 1 here as well. This already has 1. Okay. This row needs 4. This row needs a 5, which could come from here or here or here. That's it. This row needs a 5. This is a hidden 7-9 pair, so I should have highlighted that earlier. That's a hidden 7-9. So we can't put anything else there. We can't actually put 5s there. And so, so there's only one place for 5 in this row. That's sneaky. So we have the hidden 7-9. This is 3 length. This is 4 length. This is where I believe the 5 is. This already has a 5. This is 3 length. So this is our 5. So that can't be 5 and that can't be 5. Okay. Which does not immediately do anything. But let's keep scanning across here. This is 4 and 2. This has a 5. This needs a 5. We can go from here, and that's it, I believe. No, it can come from here. Darn it. 5 can come from here or here. It cannot come from here or here. All right. So did I learn anything about 5s? I'm going to scan every row to see if there's a singular 5 to place. Does not appear that way. I'm going to scan every column to see if there's a singular 5 to place. All right. Nope, there's not. All right. Do I go down to 4? There are a lot of segments that are 3 and under. 2 or 3, I suppose I could say. Did I make any hidden pairs or hidden triples? Not that I could see. I think as I penciled it, I would have noticed. We do have a hidden 5, 6 in this column, actually. So this column, we need 5 and 6. And they can only come from these two cells. So we can highlight this one now. For the column, this has to be a 5 or a 6. And so we're left with 1, 3, 4. So we need to place the 4 in this column now, which can only come from here. That's exciting. Okay. More digits. This 4, does that help me? I can't see an immediate way this helps me. This is down to 1, 3, which can go in any order. I need a 4 in this column, actually. Yes, I should have been able to place that a while ago. This can't be 4 and this can't be 4. So this is our 4 for this column. And we're left with 1, 2 here and here. Okay. This might be worth, I don't know, is this worth marking? Because we've got 1, 2 needed here. We've got a 1, 2 needed here. These are obviously 1, 2. So yeah, where's the 3 in this row? The 3 in this row goes here. So I don't think I need to mark. This is a 1 for the column. And that finally gives us this 2 and this 1. It gives us this 2 and this 1. We get this 3 for this row segment. And now this is 1, 2. Oh, this can't be a 2. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 1, this is 2. Wow, okay, finally. This 1 tells us that's 3 and 1. So we got a lot of the low digits taken care of now. What's left here? 2 and 3? Okay, this is, this 1 tells us this is 3 and 1. This sees 1 and 3, so this is the 2 and this is the 3. This is now the 2 for the column. I gotta be really careful because the non-highlighted markings could technically be low digits, but I've been doing it on the short segments, so I think I'm okay. Um, yeah, so where's the 4 in this column? Because this cannot be 4. The highlighted ones cannot be 4. This could be 4, or this could be 4. Okay, darn. So we cannot place that 4. How about this row? This row should be having just one missing digit. Looks like it's the 2, so we can place the 2 in this row. And that gives us the 3 and the 2 here. I'll be very careful about how I use my markings. I think the highlighting was a good idea. Fortunately, it's not a built-in feature, but oh, this can't be 2 and this can't be 2. Look at that. So we can place this 2 for this column. We need 1 and 3. Yeah. This is 1 and 3. Okay, I don't know if marking 4s is the way to go next. Let's see, how about 1 in this column? No. I need 1, 4, 5. Oh, and this can't be 1 or 4, so this has to be the 5. That's helpful. That removes a bunch of 5s. That makes this have to be the 6. No. Yes, because these are not highlighted, so that's okay. These are not 6s. The digit that goes with the 7 is the 3. So this 3 tells us the order. That's 7 and that's 3. Okay, handy. I'm gonna be. Oh shoot! Let me undo that. I thought that was the eraser, but that was the trash can. Let me erase this. I'm gonna be slow and careful here. So now I get this 5, and I get this 6 for sure. And I can erase the highlights for those. Okay. So I got the 5 and 6. So this top area is almost done. This. Try to see if we can clean up anything else, but I don't think we can. Okay. What's left here? The 1 and the 5? Okay, that's not quite resolved. I do need a 4 in this column. It's just here or here. Okay. Do I mark 4s, or did I get enough out of this that I can place like a 5 or a 6? I'm not seeing it. What haven't I followed up on? This cell here sees 1, 2, and 3. So this has to be a 4 for the row. And then this 2 tells me that's 3 and that's 2. Wow, taking a long time to solve this one. That's okay. I'm having fun. It's just taking a while. And I'm being very careful because I don't want to make a mistake at this point. This 4 looking up, does that help me? Yeah, it does, because this row needs a 4, and this is 3 length, and this needs a 4. So the 4 goes here. 1 and 3. This 3 tells me that's 1 and that's 3, and that finishes this column with a 1. We know that's 7, 9. So what's actually left here? Actually, this is the only place for 6 now in the row. I think it's been there. When did that happen? When I placed this 8, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, so now this is the only place for 6 in the row. It has been for a while. So we can clean up those 6s. It's a shame that my jellyfish explanation I did earlier ended up not being a jellyfish because I mismarked. I'm sorry for confusing you with that in this case, but it's still a valid technique and nice to learn about. Just not where I used it because this row couldn't have a 6 in it. Anyway, we need a 3 and a 4. This cannot be the 4, so that's the 3 and that's the 4. And so now this 3 tells me that's 2 and 3. Nice. Getting a lot of these short segments completed. Most of them are complete. This 2 looks over, giving us 1 and 2. I'm just scanning every short segment now to see if I can complete them. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is only 3, 4. I think it's worth marking this as only 3, 4 and highlighting it just to remind myself of that. Because that's non-trivial. I mean, it's trivial because that's just what it sees, but it's not easy for me to see just by passing over it, the pencil marks. Okay, what else does this column need? This column needs a 4 in addition to all these. I don't think I can do much with that. This column has a 5 already, so we can get rid of those. That places the 5 in this row. Okay, that can't be 5. So what did I actually need here? 1 and 4. This 1 tells me that's 4 and that's 1. And now because this is highlighted, I know that's actually a 3. Okay, clean that up. So 5, 6, 8 is what's left, and this can't be the 5 or the 8. So this has to be the 6. That cleans up these 6s. Oh, this column had a 6 for a while. There's something else I should be able to clean up as well. Yeah, the 7 I've been able to clean up. So that's 9. Sorry, scanning this huge puzzle has been a challenge for me. As you can tell. Okay, I'm gonna erase all those highlight. Nice. All right, we're getting close to finished. I'm just trying to be as careful as I can. This now can only be 5. I do know that there is an auto note cleanup. I do not want to use it, but I'm aware of the feature. This 5 looks over. That's 5 and that's 6. I don't like when a computer solves the puzzle for me. Anyway, that's 6. These 6s can be cleaned up, thankfully. Okay, this column needs to finish with a digit. What is it? It's the 4. This row needs a 1 and a 4. This row needs a 1 and a 2. This 2 tells me the order. That gives me the 4 and the 1 down here. That gives me the 2 and the 1 here. Take your pick. And we have 2 more digits to place with a 3 and the 4. So this is the 3. This is the 4. Solved in 45 minutes, 31 seconds. Wow. I mean, I spent a lot of time explaining a jellyfish that I ended up having to restart because it wasn't a jellyfish. Which is unfortunate. Interestingly, my instinct was still correct that we had the 6 within this box, but I still don't think it had to be. I think it's a coincidence. But you can see that our 6s here we ended up having a 6 in this row that I had eliminated because I thought I needed a 6 in this 5-length segment, which is quite unfortunate. Let me just highlight all the 6s just so we can look at how that worked out, because we were staring at them so long. Might as well take a look. So is that it? Those are the only 6s we have in the whole puzzle. I mean, oh yeah, we got this one, which we got right away. That was a gimme. And then this one was given as well. Yeah, so I think I needed more 6s because of this row here. I thought I needed a 6 in, but I don't. Okay. Interesting. So this is, I mean, technically, you can see how the 6s can be grouped up. Like we can group up, you can group up these 6s into a jellyfish, right? Because you can, it's not actually useful here because they're already all placed, but I'm just trying to show you, because I spent so much time on that these are the cover columns for these 4 6s, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious when they're placed already. But yeah, and the reason that I messed up is because this one was supposed to be 6, and I had used 6s marked in this row as a base set when I could not have, because it can't be 6. And I probably should have realized that while I was talking about it for 20 minutes. Anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. It was very long. If you watched through the whole thing, that's heroic, even if you watched it at 2x. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.